Hello, everyone, and thanks again for joining our workshop. As you might have seen, we're very excited to share with you our launch today. Today, I'm going to guide you through how you can build your first workflow. So I've picked out an example, I've picked out a case for you. And in this example, we're going to, or at least I'm going to explain to you how you can build a workflow that gets you from an audio file to a personalized development plan. So in this case, one coach and one coachee are talking to each other. And I am the writer, I am a co-worker of the coach, and I am going to get the audio file, write everything down, and write a personalized development plan for the coachee. This would take me about 2 to 3 hours, but with the workflow that we are going to build, this is just a matter of seconds, maybe 1 minute maximum, but that's about it. So instead of having to write everything down, stick to the criteria and write a personalized development plan, we're just going to build one workflow that takes care of this. The end result is something that I will show you now. So you can see that your company logo will be shown here. Obviously, in this example, it's just Twin AI. You can see the personal development plan of XXX. It's all anonymous. It's all fictional data. It's not real. There are three different topics that the coach and the coachee will discuss in the coaching talk. First part is talents. This is one chapter. Thus, in our workflow, it will be one prompt. There is growth potential, and there are at last growth suggestions. So these are three things that we will discuss in our workflow. We're going to build one for this. Like I said, instead of taking my time, work about 2 to 3 hours to get the audio into a coaching, a personal development plan. This is just a matter of seconds. I assume you all have an account by now. If you don't, you can go to the website that's visible in your screen and hopefully in the chat as well. You can click on the I'm new tab over here on the right hand side, and you can just fill in your personal details. You can click on the get started for free button over here. And for everyone that's joining this workshop and creates an account right now, gets 20 credits or 20 euros for free that you can actually build a lot with on our platform. I'm going to show you later how expensive it is to build this workflow that I just showed you or just told you about. But for the 20 euros you get from us, you can build a lot of stuff. You can go to the login tab over here on the left hand side. Obviously, I already have an account. I will go for my own account. Click on login and you should see something like this. So you can scroll down, you can see create your first workflow. Of course, this button will disappear when you've created your first workflow. So that's why I usually go and click on new over here. Like you can see in the top right hand corner, no, in the top right corner, I have 200 euros, 200 credits available to spend on the platform. This is a nice round number, so I can show you later how expensive it is. If you want to manually add credits, I would just suggest you visit our help desk because it's, well, pretty easy. I'm not going to show you in this video. You can click on a new button over here. And once I do that, I am in the editor screen. So I can build workflows over here. On the left-hand side, you can see the different options that we have. We have an AI section, logic, run, template, etc., etc. On the right-hand side, you can see the general workflow settings. When I click on the prompt block over here, which is shown by default when you build a new workflow, you can see that you're one layer deeper in your workflow. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on workflow settings again, or click on the background of your workflow and you're in the general settings of your first workflow. I know this workflow is going to get a coaching talk to personal development plan. And Just a reminder, once again, it's all anonymized, it's all fictional, it's not real data. You can add a description over here. Might come in handy when you are going to share this workflow with colleagues, with clients, etc. Same when you make it publicly accessible. So underneath the general settings, you have the advanced settings, and you have publicly accessible, which means that everyone can start using your workflow, obviously, if they have the link available. And you can enable a scheduled run. So you can pick if you want this workflow to run every minute, every hour, every day, week, month, etc. The second tab of the workflow's general settings is input. I know the input is going to be a coaching talk, so I'm just going to type in coaching talk over here. Click the plus button or click enter, and now it appears over here. We obviously know the coaching talk is a talk, it's not text, it's a file, because the coaching talk is a file that the coach will upload. Click on the drop-down menu. Sometimes when I record the video, drop-down menus aren't shown, so I might paste it in later. But we are going to select file over here, and that's about it. The output of your workflow usually is the last block of your workflow, right? Because we are going to build a workflow that gets the audio, the coach to coachee talk, to a personalized development plan. So the expected output data is either a development plan, but for clarity, I'm going to name it last block now. Click enter again. We have to connect the last block to this part to get the output of the workflow. Then I'm going to use a transcribe. So I can type to search in the left-hand side. I know it's transcribe. If you're new in the platform, I suggest you open this tab AI, scroll down until you find the right thing that you're looking for. We are looking for transcribe. So you just click it and drag it over here. And there you can see that I'm in the block, right? The transcribe block, one layer deeper than the workflow settings. Transcribe is from audio to text. That's how I am going to name it now. Input, I can select different things like the model. This is the first pro tip that I'm going to give you. You can use all the models that we have available at Twin AI. So when I click on the drop down menu, once again, might not show, I'm probably going to edit it in later. You can select Whisper from OpenAI, you can select Google Gemini, you can select Assembly. Choose experiment with using the different models, because then you're just going to get best possible output. So for now, I'm just going to go with Assembly AI. For file, I have to connect the data source because we know that for the transcribe, we need to use the input of the workflow. So just gonna click connect data source. There's one thing that I can select. It's a coaching talk. So I just select it, click on connect, and there it is. The coaching talk, the input of the workflow, is connected to the transcribe block, which is the first block of our workflow. There's a prompt section underneath. I can clear some things up. Usually there's two people talking. Take this into account. Click save over here and the right. Language, you can type in English, EN if it's English, DE for German, NL for Dutch, obviously. You have to choose an abbreviation. We don't have to do anything with the new settings item because we've connected the coaching talk. Output is the output that you will get from this specific block. If you click on results, you get the results of the whole workflow. If you click on the block itself, click on output, you see just the output of this block. I'm going to upload a file now, which I'm going to cut out of this video, and then we'll see the first results.